Everybody. Greetings, screeners and meaners. Now this to check it if collected transformation. Today we're going to be checking out JINBAO's. I believe this is the builder, gravity builder, whatever they call the stuff with a D at the end, with all that stuff by that. But this is the JINBAO oversized version of the MBK, the Jinjang, and all those and stuff of such, or whatever deal may be. Anyways, we're going to get into the transformation. As you can see right now, I already had the fist out, and that's it. So we're going to do the combine mode first, and then we're going to go to the regular transformation, so the bot mode, and get them out of the alt mode. So first thing we're going to do is this. We're going to move over scavenger to the left here. All right, move the gun. I left the gun off, or the blaster. I left the blaster off. All right, and we're going to be checking out Bone Crusher. All right, and we go. All right, we put the fist in mode. And generally, this is what happens with the, we're going to back up some. All right, this is what's going to happen with the fist. And what's going to happen is this. The fist sits in there, okay, just like so. So it's balled up like a fist inside of this. And this little pod or transporter, or whatever you want to call it, drone, it sits just like this. And this is how it's going to come. This is how you're going to see it. And this is how it tugs in the back. And we're not going to worry about that because I should have did that in review. If I didn't, then I apologize. But we're going to keep this moving. And you see these little ports on the side. You see these little ports? You see them there? And what you're going to do is this. You're going to open this up. Okay, open the fist up. And then you see that there's these blasters here. You also see that this is here as well too. That's just, I guess they just have that there just cause, but it's whatever and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they'll find probably some use for it later or something, but it doesn't matter. It serves no purpose for us right now. And then you're going to just try to get this out of here. And if you don't have nails or anything else and stuff, you can get like little tools and stuff, whatever. Just kind of just get them and prick them out of there. And then at the same time, what you want to do is just be careful with them and stuff, because although these are oversized and they're very, they're very good and stuff, they do have their ups and downs. I mean, here, this one's stiff, and that's why I've been trying to use this one here. And it's a bit of an issue and stuff trying to pop it out. So the other one worked just fine and perfect and stuff. And I'm not exactly sure what the deal is, but since this port here is silver the way that is there, and it fits in exactly the same, we're just going to come back here and try to see if we can pop it out. And it's not. Oh, there it goes. Okay, here we go. Thank goodness. All right. So once you got these little silver pieces out, you're going to come up under the fist, and you see that this little blaster here that comes up. Now, that's total preference, and it's probably once we actually get this all together in the combined mode, or actually once we get them all together, then you'll probably serve some purpose and stuff. But like that, it's just really cool articulation. I did say that in the review. I hope I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Anyways, it's back down here. Close this back up. Put these blasters on the side. It doesn't matter. They're exactly the same. Let me show you right there. That's on the side of it. See, they're exactly the same. And then you have these really cool blaster, and the articulation of it works. I mean, it just really does. It's pretty cool. Move them up and down, left and right, how you want to do them and stuff, and you can have the fist that comes out and the blaster that works, and that's pretty much, you know, about it and stuff like that, or whatever. So it's really cool. You can probably do some customization and stuff. I hope Repo Relabel actually does this, because it seems like this will do very well. It is very popular going on right now and stuff. I'm gonna try to keep on top of them. I haven't seen the second set yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll probably be out in the next few months or so. Just a quick update right quick. For all those who's wondering, MBK Yellow, I will leave a link in the description below. MBK Yellow is finished. That they're selling them set. They're not selling them pieces. You might have to check somewhere online to try to see who is trying to sell them and stuff. You want to try to check out your favorite toy store, maybe across these, who's have it. But for right now, the yellow set for MBK builder, gravity builder, is done, but they're selling them as a full set. So the last ones that they were waiting for, or they're trying to put them in spot, whatever, I don't know what happened there. So I was upset about that, but it's whatever and stuff. Also, I believe the translucent is out as well too, because I'm pretty sure that they're probably going to do an update of the issue with long haul. With the center section with the blaster being in the back being a key to actually have them stay together and stuff, which that's having problems with me because of the stop motion. Whatever, we're not going to worry about right now. That's all chatter. I'll try to bring up an update video. We're going to continue with this. This is JINBAO's moment. So what you're going to do is this. I'm not going to do this the same thing how I have this in transformation. Sorry, how it has an instruction manual. So, all right, you come to the bottom here. This is in here, and it's gonna come up, and it's really, really tight ratchets. But it's gonna come up just a little bit, but you want to get some kind of pick this out of here, and so I just left it out because it's such a pain to get it. But make sure you get something to prick it out of there, or just try to get it out, or whatever the deal may be. All right, so what you're gonna do is this is here, and this is how it's gonna be for the combined mode. You're going to take these and just move these up out of the way. Try to give yourself as much space as you can as possible. And there are little bumpers there just for the arm, and they can move stuff the way you want it. You can have them this way if you want, or whatever. I personally like to try to keep things a little tucked and tight. You could probably even move them up another way too. You know, and this might even work better if you just bring the feet up and work there and just kind of get them out the way, like so. But again, that's a personal preference or whatever. There's something I want to show you in transformation mode anyway about this figure, but again, that's later about it. But again, for now, we're just going to go ahead and just move this up just like that. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so you're going to take this part here and you're going to put this right in here, and it locks like a key. Now, the most important thing is you want to try to get in there and try to get it bumper in there as much as you can as possible, and trying to turn it lock like a key. Again, it's just like that. And I have problems with mine. I've always had problems because it's been really stiff. The blaster just came off. It's been really stiff. So what I've been doing, I've just been leaving it, and just been kind of just leaving it like this. I mean, it's the center section, it's the elbow. It'll still work. You'll just have to have it in certain areas and ways and stuff. But it's supposed to go in there and lock like so. But it's really stiff, and I don't know if it's the same thing on it. I've had this pre-order for quite some time, so again, I don't know if it's something I'm doing wrong or if it's something's in there and stuff. But you can see that there's really nothing in there really like holding it back. I mean, I don't have my little flashlight, but I'm just gonna put that. But again, it stops and stuff, but it works. I mean, it holds. That's the main thing you want it to do. But anyways, don't worry about that and stuff. Enough of that. All right, so there you have it on the side for now. We're done with that. Okay, we're done with that because this is going on extra than it should be. The blaster came off, but again, we're not going to worry about it in transformation mode, but whatever from there. Again, we're going to come over here, do the same thing, and we're not actually going to actually do all the rest of that and stuff, because at the same time we all did that here. It's exactly the same. So we're just going to leave that off so you can know what the difference is, but just to let you guys know it's exactly the same, just in the other side. That's it. Just opposite of what it was. Put that to the side. That's it. Put them on the bottom. You see like so, and that's it right there. And this was a little bit more complicated because it has all this stuff going on. There's a lot of busyness going on and stuff. And again, we're looking in there and stuff. I don't know what it clips and locks onto because it's kind of hard, but doesn't matter anyway. It's going to work because I'm just going to take this, put it in there. And again, it still holds like so. I can care less or whatever the deal may be. As long as it works for me in stop motion to give me more range of motion, that's the only thing I'm really worried about at that. So there you go. You have both the hands for JINBAO's Builder. So Builder with a D at the end. Back up some more. Okay. And there they are. Screeners and meaners. There they are. And I cannot wait when this thing is going to be done. It is going to be an oversized. Big beast. All right, and I'm really looking at very interested to see how much the long haul is going to be. I hope they do the torso a little bit bigger than the other figures to kind of have it continuing with all the rest of the transformations and the gens and all the stuff when they're in it. Anyways, now that's done, screeners and meaners. Let's go and get into transformations for bot mode. Okay, screeners and meaners, here we are again. We're back, and I didn't do the breakdown because honestly, it's pretty much the same. Just the fists are not in the back. That's pretty much about it. So let's go. We're going to start over here. Camera, focus to the side there, hit there, had almost had a mistake. Anyways, we are going to start with Bone Crusher first because he is my favorite. Should save him last, but we're not going to worry about it right now because I need to show you something to get it out the way. First thing is first, all right? Now, again, I'm not going to do the same thing as an instruction manual. You're always going to do them different. I'm pretty sure there's other people online that do things a different way, but we are at the JL Network, and we're going to do it the way we're going to do it. That is just pretty much about it. So, first thing is this. You're going to want to move the blasters on the side. That's it. And I believe on the NBK and the Jinjang, they sit on the bottom. So we're not going to worry about that. They do sit on the bottom, and I think that port might even work with it right in there. But we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to see right now because it has this little side view of what they added. But on this particular version, sorry, this just sits on the side there. I know you've probably seen a review where I had it here Either way is good, but I believe this spot right here, if I believe I haven't looked at the instruction manual since I opened this, sits on the side just like this is so. So I'm going to take this, move this out the way, move it to the side. That's pretty much about it. And you have the figure here. Now, what you're going to look and see is this, and this could be the reason on mine and stuff. I don't know exactly sure, but if you guys can look in there, there's a big gap there. Not a big gap, but enough to make a significant difference in transformation. Believe me when I tell you that. And it pushes everything over to the right just enough to be like, oh, it's kind of annoying. But again, it still works. That's the main thing about it. The reason for that is because this right here is actually reversed. The reason why that being is that, as you can see on this side, that's over here. And I've tried to transform this, I don't know how many different ways, and it just is wrong. I want to take this part, but there's so many mechanisms inside here that I don't want to mess it up at all. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working on some issues with my Motor Masters Combiner Awards. Yeah, sorry, didn't mean to do what I did, but it's done. All right, let's move that to the side. Anyways, with that being said, you guys know what to look out for. Let's go and get this thing transformed. First thing you want to do is this, and what I've been doing is this. Just to free up some friction and to get things a little bit better is pull these down first. Again, I don't remember what the instruction manual said because I just kind of looked at it, glanced at it, and just started breaking things apart and started doing like so. And I started to free up a little bit of space over here and on the other side. But get this here so you can kind of work with it because you're going to pull this thing apart. That's essentially what you're doing with the transformation. Loosen these pieces here, go and get this out this way and pull this like so. Go to the other side, do the same thing, pull this out. And it's a little bit stiff, but you gotta be careful with these because these don't come out anymore. It is, and I haven't seen any wear on the side, but I know that I've hyperextended one of these more than they should have been in the wrong direction, but we're not gonna worry about that. So once you come here to the front, the main thing you want to do is this. You want to break apart, then also pull, because you have here on the bottom these that collapse on top of each other, and this that pulls apart in the front. Which honestly, that makes it a very secure, tight fit. So who's ever over at JINBAO, big ups to you. All right, with your engineering department. So pull this apart, and then once you get them released, and be careful you don't want to put the friction on it. It's two like opposing sides. There, and that's it. And that's going to break off sooner or later. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost certain of it. But for the time being, we're going to use it for what it's worth. Now we have these out the way. Pull these up. Like so, and this is what I've been doing. Just kind of have that just there and stuff. Looks pretty cool. Like, hey, anyways. Next, what I've done is this. Pull up the front here and just release that, and it starts to expose the fist. Now, the reason why I do that is just because it reminds me which way the fists are, because once you start pulling this apart, this gets very complex because there's a lot of dribble and all this extra stuff that's going on with it. All right, now which I did just probably went a little bit further than what I was supposed to tell you before, but is to move the stacks so they're a little bit on a point since they stick out further than what they should. I don't want to tip over, break them and stuff, or just put them somewhere that they can, the friction or whatever you're pulling apart to catch each other. That's it. All right, so once you have this here like so, I'm gonna leave that there, and then I'm gonna come down to the legs and then move those apart. Okay, and in the back there, like so. Once that's freed up, you hear the ratchet start to torquing and doing the things that they're doing and stuff, whatever. So I'm pull these up like so, pull the legs like here, and here is where things get a little tricky for me. These pieces combine together to lock in the middle, which is very hard because it's on a double hingy type weird thing. So you have all this stuff going on with his legs. You got things that twist and bend, that pull out and flip over. It's just a lot of stuff going on there. With this moving the way it is and the stress that I put on the other ones, I've almost broken them. I want to try to give this a little bit extra tension before I start going up there to the top, because it just starts to add more stress. But once these are together, they are extremely solid. So that's what I try to go and try to do the legs first. All right, so what you want to do is this. I'm going to pull this, which ends up being like the knee sections in the past, and expose them like so. And you see how it comes up there, and then at the same time it gets kind of stiff once you start pulling things apart and stuff, or to get loose and stuff, but you feel stiff in some parts. Pull the back parts down, these little back ports there, and then you can kind of freely move them out the way, but you want to try to get them as much stuff exposed as possible. Now what you have to look out for is this. You see this, how this comes around? If you twist it this way, this is going to bump into there. If you twist it that way, it's going to bump into there. You want to pull these down. I would have pulled them down first, but again, I tried to see what I'm working with before I do anything else. And what you want to remember is that bottom screw. However it folds out here, you want it to be opposite to that and kind of make it put it down to as being his shin. All right. Now, oh, here we go. Good. That mistake just happened well. You see how that just bumped up against that? Never try to force that in there because that will absolutely just basically bumper upon itself. You have to go backwards. All right. And then kind of put it there in the back because you will see why. You'll remind you for this because you don't know where this is at, but if you put them to the front, it will bump, but it's not going to go anywhere else because again, that friction point right there. Do the same thing on the opposite side. Again, if it goes too further right there, that's all you're going to get. And that's not enough range of motion. You wanted to have it come around here where it kind of just stops and hugs to the side there. It'll give you a little bit more space. Trust me when I tell you that. Because again, I do not want to break this because I really like these. I can bump around the JINBAO, the NBK a little bit, but that's whatever. All right, you're going to come here, turn the feet around. All right, the spurs come around, and then these sit on this little turnabout swivel in there. And it's like the old dial phones and stuff. You know, if anybody remember those. Anyways. And then you pull them down like so, and that's pretty much how that goes from there on in. And you hear the legs start to move around, turn around and stuff, whatever deal may be. You have the option to do what you want with the spurs. You can kind of put them in there. You can pick this piece out or put the foot in there. This does have a way for this to fit in there. A particular on mine, they do not fit and they go. And instead of me damaging and breaking it, it will not go all the way. See if we can get some light on there. See that? It just doesn't go all the way it should go in there. So let me see if I can move it. See, and that little port there is where it should be going. I believe that's what's going on with it, but I just leave it out. It still works good. Not great, but I just leave them out just because like so. But we're still working on transformation, but that's enough and everything about the legs. Now, once that's already set and you have everything the way it is, I particularly been doing this. I have been trying to pull the legs and kind of put it together like so right here in the middle, but these hinges are just always so much of a pain, so I'll try to slide them and at least get that much there. Once they're together is when I try to push them like that. Once they're together like so, I'll get some needle nose pliers and stuff. You might want to get something to kind of protect it or whatever deal may be and stuff to kind of get in there and stuff, whatever, because I just have like a little cloth and stuff. Hold on 1 second, screeners and meters. I'll be right back to get that. Couldn't find the cloth, but I got 2 pieces of tape and that's going to be where it works and stuff. So what you want to do is this, try to get in there real good and try to get across that and try to get to the center and kind of just like put them together. Now you want to have something to kind of protect it because if not, it will really mess it up and stuff or whatever. So let me see if I can't. The back is probably the best. I think that's where I was going to try to grab from first. And then you just push them together. Push it together. Yeah. And that's it. You got to be really careful with it because if not, then he'll just look kind of bow-legged once it comes out and stuff. And there you go. Once you got it in there and stuff, like still kind of loose, but that's it. Now, once I have that and that's together and stuff, now you can finish the rest of this transformation because it makes it more sturdy that way. And believe me, if these legs are not together or the way they are and stuff, you will pretty much have some serious issues the way they're going to just basically do what is just really much of a pain and stuff because it never really fits well and stuff in there because it still has a gap and stuff. But again, at the same time, we're just going to make that work. So once the legs are done, we'll set up like so. Let's back up a little bit more. And then we're going to just fold the midsection up. Let's see. Yep, there you go. That's going to lock into place right there in those ports and stuff, whatever. You can kind of have that the way you want to. It depends. It really doesn't make any difference, whatever. But the ratchets are really good on this. So take this, then we split the arms apart. Again, you have this little mechanism that they tend to want to do, and again, it works and it gives absolutely no gaps whatsoever. So here's the thing. Here you have these 2 plugs that fits in there across each other. What you're going to want to do is this: gently push one up and the other, but you'll feel the friction come apart. As you have that come apart, you split them both aside, and then you can pull this middle section of the arms apart. And then there you go, exposing the upper part of his chest. And he's going to come around and swivel around. I'm going to have him sit here for a second since we already had the legs done. And we're going to pull this here, pull this to the side. And then we're going to turn him around. Oops, yeah, okay, I messed up. So I'm trying to then turn him around. All right. So once you have that, you can already go and expose his head. Pull the top up here, and this is on this double flappy hinge thing that comes down and kind of goes down and just tucks in there. You can kind of do what you want with it. You know, put it there, or you can leave it up. However you want to do it, it's up to you. I leave it down. And then after that, it just one step above. Once you put it there, you can just slide it right down behind him, making a little bit more cleaner look. And you can actually pull this down if you want, which gives just a little bit more space, but not a lot, So it's whatever. Okay. So what you're gonna do after that, pull the arms all the way out from the hinge on the top, which is really stiff. You're gonna try to get that point, pick it up. Okay. Turn to the side. There you go. And then it's just on a friction turn about. And then you're going to go ahead and give some attention to the hand. Go ahead and open this. I thought it was a drop down. And then you're going to have to need something to get in there because I left and put the fist the other way. And just in case you guys are wondering, you can switch these hands here. If you just want to have silver fist or whatever the deal may be, there is some upgrades out there that can be. I think they use the same size, if I'm not mistaken, but it is kind of, you know, turnabout and around and stuff or whatever. I left it that way because it got stuck before. So once you have this opened, you can go ahead and put that little clip in there, or you can not have it and stuff. Is really nothing, next to nothing you really can see. And that's it. And then what you want to do this with on the hands, which are very, very annoying, but really, really cool, is that you have the hand here, you can have this, and you bring this back around. Once you bring this back around, you kind of just pull this to the side here a little bit and just put it on top of this here. And it will stick up a little bit. It's not completely down, but it sticks up enough. You know what I'm saying? It's annoying, bothersome to me, but again, it kind of hides it or whatever the deal may be, I guess you could say. And this swirls around as much as you want. You kind of do what you want with it and stuff. It does not have the ports in the back or the plugs like the MBK did. So again, that's whatever on that and stuff, whatever. So I mean, I don't think there's nothing back there and stuff. I really didn't see nothing in the instructional manual and stuff, whatever. And that's pretty much how it sits there. And that's it. Do the same thing on the other side. Just pull this to the side here. Oh, nope. Or pull the arms out. You know, a little bit more different transformation. Pull that there. That's it. And then on this side, you can go and actually collapse this because it's really cool what they did here, where you can actually see inside there almost, and you just push this down and stuff, and it gave some way for it to be completely flat. I think they made a mistake on this side and realized they did better. They would do better just making it flush as can as possible on this side, because when you close it over here, no, it still sticks up. I could have swore that it went down flat before, but it still sticks up. I mean, I could be doing something wrong as well too, but again, it is what it is on that. All right, let's see, put this, open that up, get something in there. As I find, what did I do with my little tool? There, again, pull this out, pull this up, and then you just collapse it down, and then put them on the side there. Nope, and came out, and that's it. And the spurs, it's kind of, you know, it is what it is, man. I mean, they really stand well. I mean, a whole lot better than the MBK does. I mean, not better than the JINBAO. JINBAO, I think, demolish it when it comes to the feet spurs. But it is on that stuff. So we're gonna put them up there and put them on and stuff, and have them have that superhero standing on top of a building stance right there, looking aside, wondering about the piece of the earth. And then there you go with that one. Whew. All right, now we are going to take a look at Scavenger. All right, so let's put this and everything. Did I do this? Yeah, so that's there. Okay, that works. So, forgot to step screeners and meters. You pull the port down, the plugs, and then they got these knee pads. And you kind of do what you want. You can put them on the side, but you don't want to do that because it's going to bump here. And then you can pull it in the center. But or again, right here, you can just make them like a little knee pad type thing. That's pretty much about it. Put that there. And again, see how they stand right there, really stiff with the spurs and stuff. And it's probably because the pegboards, the Lego pegboards, probably not the best to have them standing on anyway, flat surface. But anyways, Scavenger. Okay. Now, the first thing you want to do is this with him. You want to make sure this is up and kind of out the way so you can kind of do what you want with it. If you have it too tucked, he's going to bump into anything and everything can possible. I have to say, I really haven't seen much flaws on this as I've seen on that one. But again, this is still my favorite. So this bone crusher can do no wrong to me. And that's pretty much it. What I've been doing is this. I've been going to the back first. All right. Or pulling the arm up, or pulling the boom arm, the scuffer or bucket, whatever you want to call it, up first. Now, what you want to pay attention is this. This is his head, and then there's some plugs in there, and there's also some things that's holding there. This is holding it down a lot firmer, much better than I have to say that out of all the lines what they're doing. Okay, so what you want to do is this, kind of lift this up a little bit, pull this to the side, be very careful with it. Pull this to the front, inside, and out the way. Notice that they are out the way, and they are at the bottom of the side. I'm going to actually work with this a little bit further down. Back it up and pull it to the side. Now, what you want to go ahead and do, and what I've been doing is this. After that is finished, I will loosen these. Once they're loosened, the arms are up. Once the arms are up, I pull these up and out the way. The reason why I'm doing this is because I'm going to the legs first to get those out the way, because they have the same exact legs the way they are, and that's pretty much about it. All right, pull this apart, pull this aside. All right, bring this down. Oh, forgot to take off the blaster. Shame on me. And the blaster sits right there on the bottom, like it does on the other ones. So that's it. It comes around stuff, and the blaster's a lot better than I think the other ones do. And I hope they like combine and make a bigger blaster or whatever. So again, you got to move that out the way. Forgot stuff, and that's set right under here like so. Sorry about that. Screeners and meters, and then you're going to basically go to the bottom part here, and the legs are exactly the same. So what you're going to do is this. Raise this up just a tad and stuff. There we go. All right. Pull these down out the way. Okay, same thing on this side. All right, so then you have the feet here. Okay, you don't have the pieces and the plugs like those are, but again, you go to the top here, move this here, leave yourself a space for the gap for the feet. All right, always be careful to position and know where the feet, so you don't bump into nothing or break anything. It should be the back or the front, right? Where's the knee? Okay, there. Turn this around. Spurs are the same way as like that. We're just gonna leave it as is, just like that. Move it out the way. Do the same thing over here. All right, and then you have both of them that sits there. Bring this down with the ratchet. Bring it down here. Get this hinge going, however you can do it. And I don't think I will use tool oil on this one, just because I feel that if I do, it will cause an issue. But it's just, again, preference on that. And the way it should be is this. Both of them are there, and you should be able to pull them together. This works better than that does. Why? I don't know. And also, it has less of a gap. I'm not exactly sure. It could be just some pre-production thing. I'm not exactly sure. Anyways, the most thing you need to worry about with Scavenger is this piece right here. I've broken this on all the other Scavengers. I mean, literally, I think I've broken them off and it's come whatever. But this has come off on me twice, and it's good because it's got this little thing here. And it has a pin, I believe, in there that's going on. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this one's come off. The other ones, all the other ones are broken and stuff, and I'm not gonna try to pull it off, but I think this has come off on me twice, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, it's gonna come here. I have this. Pull this here. Pull this down, and he's much easier than what you call it. But again, he's my favorite, so he can do no wrong. Leave this the way it is. There. Now, this is where this gets kind of like weird because it comes. It's just easier on this. This comes and spins around, and you're going to free yourself enough space for it to come around and latch in the back. I know a silver part looks like it should go in the front and the side bed, but that's due to transformation, how it looks on the other side, just for articulation reasons and such as so. So we're going to put this up there. So that back front here, and that's it. So you got this drop down piece, which is the front and back, and for bot mode. Take them around, put them to here. And then what you're going to do is this. It's something I forgot during transformation mode, but I'm going to show you this now. You can pull this flap up. You got to be very careful because it's very easy to forget about. And it's right just after the elbow. You want to pull that out and pull this down, and then that collapse right then and there. This silver part here, what you're going to want to do is this. If you can see it, the gap here is enough for it to come overlap. I don't know why they could have did it over there. A little bit extra space, sit more flush, but it is what it is on that. I'm not going to worry about it. And you're just going to pull this down like so over it, and it sits absolutely flush. Maybe a little bit of gap there, but it is what it is on that. Now, with that being said, I went ahead and went a step above that I shouldn't have, or did I not? Well, I think we're okay. Nope, we are bad. All right, so with this here, you want to expose the hand first. And I'm sorry. No, we're okay. We're good. Okay. disposal hand, and they're easy to pull out, much easier than that is over there, and then it clips in place. And the ports are much better on this one too, because honestly it just sits the way it does. So there you go, and it opens, close, and it sits there, and it's got one on the bottom as well too. So closes right up. That's it, and that's it. Again, I mean, I know it's a little bit unorthodox. It's not the same thing, but again, you're not going to always have them the same way you do transformation anyway. Come around to the port, and that's why I left these for the last, because they can be you can forget about something real easy on that, and then you'll have a broken figure that you paid for whatever for. All right, you can have this up, put this like so, bring the arms down there, and that's there. Bring this up, and then you have this exposure for that head there. And be careful, this is on a double hinge that kind of slides out, and I think they did it because I think mine's ended up being loose on another one, but it does port right back in the head, right below the neck. Not the best, but it's whatever. Now on the other figures, this fits flush in there, but I'm going to leave this loose because it does feel like it's about to break in some cases. So it is what it is on that. So fix your feet up, make it just right, all that and everything. It's exposed out and everything, and let's give him a pose too, kinda, sorta, and everything with his spurs and the back. Let's see what we can do from there on that for him, and get him kind of standing-ish, and because he's got some extra weight back there. And then there you go, ready for war. And there they are, screeners and meters. JINBAO Builder Set A. I could not be happier. I'm telling you right now, people, if you can, save yourself for this, because you will not be disappointed. Trust me, believe me, I am telling you right now. So screeners and meters, do what you do as long as you do it well. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to do a special shout out once I get myself together. And guys, yes, we're here still doing it, and we keep going on. So on to the next. Later.